Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to all of you. To complete this case study assessment, we choose mental health problem to be studied. Therefore, me and my teammates, I am Siti SYAQIRAH binti Muhammad RANI. My teammates ARYSSA binti ZAIRUL ANUAR, NURUL HAZIQAH binti NAJMAN, Siti Nurhanim binti ABDUL HALIM, NURFARZANA binti AHMAD ROSLEN, and NURUL AMANI binti POUAD has decided to choose bipolar disorder as the headline of our case. In Malaysia, mental health issues are commonly being discussed not only on social media but also on radio stations and television shows. Many of us are not aware about our mental health. Therefore, some of us suffers in mental health problems silently. What exactly is mental health? Mental health is a state of well-being in which a person understands their own abilities. They are able to cope with normal stresses of life, work productively, and able to contribute to their community. In other words, mental health encompasses our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It has an impact on how we think, feel, and act. It also influences how we deal with stress, interact with others, and make decisions. Mental health is essential at all stages of life, from childhood to adolescence and adulthood. In order to complete this case study, we are also conduct this case study to spread an awareness among all people with an objective to achieve, because it is important to take a good care of our mental.
What is bipolar disorder? And so, bipolar disorder is a mood change. Bipolar disorder happens because of serious shift in mood, energy, thinking, and behavior from the high of mania on one extreme to the low of depression on the others. Okay, the cycle of bipolar disorder lasts for days, weeks, or months. And bipolar disorder, unlike ordinary mood swing or mood change, they can affect your job and your school performance and your relationship, also your ability to function in daily life. There are two types of bipolar disorder. The first one is mania episode and the second one is depressive episode. Mania episode, individual behaving or feeling unusually energetic, happy, or angry. Individual often makes less thoughtful decisions without considering the consequence. And during the mania episode, there are also feel more rested after sleeping for 2 hours. And mania episode, the period of mania episode can last for at least 1 week. The second one is depressive episode. Okay, depressive episode, opposite from the mania episode. People during the depressive episode, people might feel too tired to get up from the bed and feel hopelessness, and also they might experience the individual might experience crying and have a negative outlook on life and have a poor eye contact with others. Also, the risk of suicide is high in the depressive episode.
Bipolar disorder are often different for each person and are categorized into two main categories, namely mania episodes and depressive episodes. Symptoms of bipolar disorder for the mania episode category are having an aggressive, irritable, and sensitive temperament and love to spend without looking at how much is spent. They also are having high self-confidence. For example, they often speak with high frequency despite speaking something meaningless, overactive, and have a lot of energy than usual and a significant lack of sleep. In addition, their conversations become very fast and paced. For example, a patient will speak one topic, then move to another topic without finishing the previous topic. Those who have symptoms of bipolar disorder are also often unable to focus, like to do a lot of activities and excessive that can cause injury to themselves. For example, a person who was previously a lazy person but in the blink of an eye becomes too diligent so that the matter can harm themselves. Meanwhile, the symptoms of bipolar disorder for the category of depressive episodes are often feeling sad, empty, or hopeless. They have trouble sleeping, either sleeping too little or too long, and eat too much or too little. Also having no interest in things they like to do before and having a little energy. Their activity levels are reduced and feel like they can't enjoy anything. In addition, they tend to have a lack self-confidence, such as often lose focus, feel anxious and empty, have trouble concentrating, and often forget many things. Last but not least, often feel tired or slow down. They are always negative-minded, feel life is meaningless, and always think about death and suicide. Bipolar disorder does not occur due to a single cause but by the interaction of multiple factors. Some of these factors include genetic factors, hormonal problems, brain chemical imbalances, and environmental factors. If there is a parent or family member who has bipolar disorder, the person has a 10 to 15% risk of having the same problem. Hormonal problems are hormonal imbalances that can trigger bipolar disorder because hormones greatly affect a person's feeling. If an individual's emotions are often disturbed and confused, the likelihood of developing bipolar disorder is undeniable. A brain chemical imbalance is when neurotransmitters or chemical imbalances in the brain, such as serotonin and dopamine, play an important role in most mood disorders, including bipolar disorder. These chemicals are higher in the mania phase and lower in the depressive phase. Serotonin plays an important role in emotions, while dopamine is important in regulating movement, focus, and motivation. Environmental factors also contribute to the occurrence of bipolar disorder, such as severe events that cause extreme stress or traumatic experiences to a person, such as abuse and great loss, can also lead to the appearance of this disorder. Frequent alcohol and drug use can also be a cause of bipolar disorder in an individual. Medication is another reason that can cause bipolar disorder in an individual. For example, sometimes individuals with depression will see a doctor and continue to be given antidepressant medication. They have the potential to become mania because it is likely at that point the doctor did not know that his or her patient had an episode of mania, and the patient himself or herself felt that they did not have the problem. When antidepressant medication is given to a patient, then there is a change in the cycle in which from depression become mania.
By 2020, mental health conditions are expected to be the second biggest health problem affecting Malaysians after heart disease. A national survey from the Ministry of Health found that 1 in 3 Malaysian adults aged 16 years and above, 29.2% have a mental health condition, nearly triple from 11.2% in 2006. Mental illness does not discriminate. Based on our question for subject wellness and healthy lifestyle, we have collect opinion and data for bipolar disorder from society. Total of 25 people have been respond and answer our question to collect data for this analysis. In this analysis, we have 25 respondents for this case. First question is, what is bipolar disorder in your opinion? Most of them answer that emotion. Second, change of mood. Third, mental breakdown. And last is depression. Bipolar disorder, formerly called manic depression, is a mental health condition that causes extreme mood swing that include emotion high, mania or hypomania, and low, which is depression. When you become depressed, you may feel sad, hopeless, and lose interest. When your mood shifts to mania or hypomania, you may feel euphoric, full of energy, or unusual, irritable. This mood swing can affect sleep, our energy, activities, judgment, behavior, and ability to think clearly. So, bipolar disorder is a lifelong condition. You can manage your mood swing and other systems by following a treatment plan. Next, we ask about bipolar disorder, which is genetic, biology, and environment is the cause of bipolar disorder. Do you agree? And for this question, almost all of them agree, which is 23 respondents agree. Next question is, do you think depression is bipolar disorder? And they said yes. Before this, I have told that bipolar disorder firmly called manic depression, which is include emotion high, mania or hypomania, and low, which is depression. We also do a bipolar disorder test for respondent, which is most of them doesn't have mental illness, and 6 from them moderate, and 2 of them strong. For recommendation session, we have asked, do you recommend individuals with system of bipolar disorder see a psychiatrist? And all of them said yes. For me, bipolar disorder, suggest individuals with bipolar disorder bring themselves closer to God is the best way, because they can slow down their angry, or they can think positive, they can calm themselves. So this is the best way for them. Next, do you recommend individual with symptom of bipolar to taking medicine until they recover? Some of them does not agree with this question, because for them, they should go to see doctor and secretary. Do you agree with the preferred activity can reduce the risk for having bipolar disorder? And all of them agree with this question, because for them, if we do our activities what we like, we will enjoy ourselves, we will positively thinking less. Are you ready to help us with bipolar disorder? And some of them answer yes, they're ready, but some of them said no, because the person who have bipolar disorder should see a doctor or psychiatrist first.
There are various methods proposed to deal with these bipolar symptoms, either from the point of view of scientific medical or Islamic medical. Among the methods proposed by physicians is to learn to control our emotions. Emotions are something that needs to be taken care of because they are the cause of various diseases. Disturbed emotions can cause a person to suffer from emotional or psychiatric disorders. The second is to always be with a positive group. This is so that our thoughts are always stimulated by positive thoughts instead of negative thoughts that can cause our thoughts and emotions to be disturbed. The third is to adopt a healthy lifestyle. By adopting this healthy lifestyle, we can take care of our internal and external health, both emotionally, physically, organically, and so on. Next, do not take medication in excess without any recommendation, and limit or avoid alcohol and caffeine intake. Also, consult a doctor if you experience bipolar symptoms so that such disease can be controlled from the beginning before it gets worse. According to the views of people who have experienced or have been with people with bipolar disorder, we can help them through by listening to their problems rather than advise, then we punish them. They also said that they are open if anyone is willing to lend a helping hand when their emotions are disturbed. In addition, they also need a friend who is always with them and keep remind them what they should do and what they should not do. They also expect and hope people around them to support and encourage them to do outdoor activities and have some socialize with the community so that they will not be alone for the whole time because it will worsen their condition.
In conclusion, this bipolar disorder is a mental problem that is easy to accurate without getting any significant symptoms or effect at an early stage. It has stage or episodes of bipolar disorder and it can occur in individuals aged 15 years old and above. This bipolar disorder is difficult to detect because each individual assumes that things or the effects of change on themselves are normal and tend to assume it is rest. Also, bipolar disorder is not an incurable disease. It can be helped by doctors, counselors, and people around them. And the surrounding community should also help individuals with this health problem so that they do not feel alone and try to approach them by listening to their problem, not when individuals with this mental problem are oppressed or punished. This bipolar disorder should not be taken lightly. If no effort or help is done, it can threaten the life of the individual without realizing it. This bipolar disorder can diagnose and can treat it at an early stage if a person is sensitive and careful about their health. This bipolar disorder is not last choice for all things in one life, but the beginning to overcome the problem so as not to injure themselves. As mentioned, with a spirit of unity and harmony, help them with an open heart, open-minded and positive view of individuals with mental health problems, such as their own family members, love them and protect them.